Welcome, creators. Today we are diving into 3 ways to use the law of vibration to shift realities. Now, the law of vibration shows us that everything in creation is made of vibration, including our bodies, every cell in our body vibrating at a certain frequency, every thought that we think, and every emotion that we feel vibrates at a certain frequency, right? So the law of attraction is based on the law of vibration, that a certain frequency is a match within your inner world to a frequency in the outer. As within, so without. And as is the law of assumption, of that your assumption about who you are, your self-concept, right? And the power of your imagination is all at a certain frequency. So this is working with the frequency that we're at and the beliefs that we hold, right? What we assume to be true. So when you're feeling the wish fulfilled, that is what you're going to assume as already so. It's what you're going to attract, and it's what you're going to vibrate at. So this is the power of looking at and paying attention to what vibration am I in, right? And I know that for you creators that this is a reminder, right? Because in a way, this is how we become the magicians, the alchemists of our reality. It's paying attention to the state of consciousness that we're in. Now, these teachings are nothing new. In Hermeticism, in ancient texts, they speak about the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and how the law of correspondence relates to our vibration is the as above, so below, as within, so without. So depending on where we're vibrating, that's the reality we're going to experience. So these are all different ways, different tools, different lenses, different metaphysical tools of how to shift realities. So with shifting realities, what we're talking about here is essentially that every parallel reality exists within the quantum field. This is also what is meant that it has already been created. Every possibility already exists. Now, when we manifest it, it's because we're aligned with that version of ourself that would be living in that parallel reality. Now, we're all living in different parallel realities. And when we shift into different states of consciousness, we experience that parallel reality of our own life. In the Bible, they called this the many mansions of God. So the state of scarcity is a parallel reality. And you experience scarcity in your reality. A state of abundance, a state of consciousness of wealth, you experience that state of consciousness in your reality. Now, something that I've been investigating with the law of vibration is it's very common and popular within the law of attraction movement and within even evolutions of pop psychology, and also within New Age thinking, that to just think better thoughts, just be positive, focus on it. Whatever you put your attention on, it grows, right? So what that is based on is that when you are only focusing on the problem, you're not putting your attention yet on the solution. So it's this idea of distract yourself. Whatever you don't pay attention to will disappear from your reality, and put your attention on what it is you want to create. Now, there's another perspective, which is an alchemical perspective and something that integrates the shadow and also clearing of subconscious patterns. Because there's another perspective that what you resist persists. So it's a balance between, because just putting your attention on the positive, on the focus, constantly shifting, can be coming from a place of consciousness, of awareness, that I am now investing my energy here. Now, when it becomes a subtle avoidance, when it becomes a repression, when it becomes an avoidance of feeling what we're feeling, it's actually that you're resisting the resistance. But when what you resist persists, when you're resisting the resistance and you're avoiding feeling, like the feeling is the healing kind of thing, then you're actually creating even more of what you don't want. So there's this other perspective of being able to go within and to alchemize and to transmute, to be able to own all of our feelings, to embrace it. And there's another perspective of redirect the focus. Now, I think it's both. And there are different ways of talking about it than what I'm saying. This is the best words that I could reach for to describe this. And I believe that there is a path in between. There is a middle way of how to both embrace our totality and to heal and to prioritize our spiritual integration, to awaken, to evolve, and also to focus on manifesting. Now, I believe when we are aligned with our highest self, we are in that evolution and we are in self-realizing, realizing ourself, that inside of ourself is a heart's desire. It is a seed within. And that as we heal and awaken and alchemize and realize who we are, that we unlock our greatest gifts. That we transmute the poison into the medicine. In my own journey, this was being stuck, feeling stuck and unfulfilled in the matrix, being on pharmaceutical drugs for 10 years as a kid, waking up, having a vision of this cosmos, and going through a near-death experience. And then where I basically almost OD'd on, a experimental form of DMT. And my guides had told me that this is the thing with these psychedelics and plant medicines, is they're medicine, and that it was an experience that really woke me up from where I was at in my life years and years and years ago, almost 10 years ago. And I devoted myself after that point to a meditation practice. And I've had a daily meditation practice for almost 10 years now. Now, I may have skipped a few days and been more inconsistent, but these past couple years, maybe a day or two that I've missed. And what that started to do is it started to put me in touch with my emotions and put me in touch with my feelings, and realize I was trying to escape myself through drugs, through distractions, through unhealthy food, through relationships that weren't fulfilling, through living in a place where nobody got me. And it put me in touch with spirit and caused me to go on a journey. And I was told, you will meet your soul tribe. You have a purpose in life. And around that time, that's when I started to actually connect with consciousness expanding information. And I started to really study and to become passionate about health and success consciousness. And really, it was about my spiritual journey. And the core of it was freedom, really, for me. And as I began to travel and I began to soak in different experiences and practices and ancient wisdom and all these leading edge breakthroughs that are coming through. But when I received that information, it came through the online space at first. It opened up a lot of doors for me, and I knew that that's what I wanted, to help other people. I wanted to be a conscious creator, and I wanted to help empower other people in their purpose. So that's a big part of my mission, and how I actually healed through that period of depression and the ADHD, and coming off of that meditation And really what was a big part of it was paying attention to my vibration and paying attention to my inner dialogue. And so the three ways that we dive into this is paying attention to your mood, paying attention to the feeling state. That was a huge part of the journey. It was like, what feeling state am I in? Associating which thoughts are coming up, which patterns are coming up, and being able to work through and to feel through your vibration, and to be able to trust and tune into your intuition and your inner guidance of how to work with your energy in the moment. And the second thing that came through that journey is to question your beliefs. When this started, I started questioning everything, including my own beliefs, and including the mainstream narrative, and including what other people thought, and including new thought, and including spirituality, including everything that came in, questioning it and understanding it for myself. And does this belief serve me? A powerful technique of self-inquiry is to ask yourself, does this belief serve me? Who would I be if I didn't believe this? What would it feel like if I believed something different? Similar to the work of Byron Katie. Because those beliefs are the habitual thoughts, right? And when we're also able to feel the emotions associated with those, it's easier to let go. It's easier to open up space. It's to clear our energy. Clearing our energy and installing new beliefs. That'll help us to resonate with a new frequency. Because your purpose as well is at a frequency. And to shift realities, you want to be living in your purpose. Because when you're living in your purpose, you're living in a higher calling in life, like a truly fulfilling purpose, connected to the divine source, coming from your higher self. That's why I call it active surrender. Active surrender aligns you with your vibration because you're surrendered, you're open to receive the downloads, the visions, that other layer of your heart's desire. Because you can always go deeper. But when you're connected to your why, when you're connected to a sense of greater purpose and service, that's going to drive your conscious creation. That's going to help you because then you can question your beliefs that tell you, oh, I can't do this, or these self-doubts coming up. Those are operating at a certain vibration. Well, when you don't resist them, and when you witness them, when you're able to embrace how you're feeling, in a way, own your state, like right where I am right now, is okay. Because when you're always trying to be in a high vibration, it has a way of putting you longer in a low one because you're judging the low vibration. Now, number 3, practice tuning into that reality. This is the active part. Because as you start receiving that stream and those downloads, inspired action is going to come through for you, and that's going to align your vibration with the highest timeline in that field of possibilities. So tuning in, taking moments throughout the day to tune in and feel it as though it's already happened. And what I've been noticing is that when you get into that state of celebration, right? That's the excitement of it. That's the point in the scene where it's just happened, right? And you're so excited and you're visualizing it. You're in that place where you've got that new relationship, that money. You're in the place you want to be. You're surrounded by the people you want to be. Now, in the law of assumption, Neville Goddard would talk about assuming the wish fulfilled. And so what I realized at the end of this scene of excitement is that there's a feeling of peace, right? And that feeling of peace is where you would be in the scene had it already happened and now it was natural for you to have that thing. And so that excitement coming into that peace and then becoming one with that state allows us to align with the law of vibration and start shifting into that reality, because now synchronicities will happen. You'll be inspired to call someone. Some new information will pop up, an opportunity. You'll get inspired to take certain actions towards, you'll automatically even. And this is what they call auto-suggestion. It's like once you reprogram the subconscious, you start assuming that new identity as though it's natural for you to have that, be, or do whatever that is in that reality that you want to shift into. When that is now held as an assumption, you will start taking the actions that that version of you would have taken in order to become that. So in a way, it's a way of merging with your future self. And you're picking that clear direction, and you're allowing yourself to heal and to clear and to letting go. And all of that would be a part of the process of also stepping into the purpose and stepping into the vision. So it's like all of that is this balance, active surrender. So thank you guys for tuning in to this video on working with the law of vibration, on shifting realities. And if you got some value, please like the video, hit the thumbs up, maybe share it with a friend. It would be helpful for us all to be more tuned into our vibration as conscious creators. And leave a comment where you're tuning in the world. It's always nice to see these days all the amazing comments coming into this channel of people all over the world tuning in together and experiencing these shifts in consciousness. It's very inspiring. And again, if you want to stay tuned into alignment, we got videos coming out pretty much every day. I'm getting more and more consistent here. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you want to get the push notifications. Peace and many blessings.